Hello my strong friends, and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to be giving you my top 4 exercises that you can do at home, as well as some tips and tricks to help you stay active while in isolation. I'm going to split each movement or exercise into 3 sections: zero equipment, basic equipment, and a bit more of an advanced movement. I realise that the majority of you aren't going to have weights, pull-up bar and a squat rack at home. That doesn't mean you're going to lose all the progress that you've made in the gym. It just means that we may have to realign what you're going to be working towards over the next couple of months. A lot of my clients were working on getting stronger over squat, bench press and deadlift before all this happened, and obviously that's sort of gone out the window now, and we've sort of realigned goals on what we're working on. We've just got to make the best of this situation that we're in, but you can still make tons and tons of progress. We can be working on things that we wouldn't typically work on in the gym. Like a lot of my clients were working on heavy weights, lower rep stuff. Now we're working on higher reps, higher volume stuff. Over the past couple of weeks, I've had to adapt a lot of my clients' programs to higher volume stuff, just with them not having equipment or limited equipment. That means working on anything from the 20 rep range, 60 rep range, depending on the exercise or movement. When doing a bodyweight movement, we still want to stimulate the muscle in the same way that we would do when we're doing weight training. And that does mean working at a higher rep range, but it also means working to failure or almost failure in every single set we do. So I would suggest, for example, if you're doing 3 rounds of press-ups, working to almost 90% of your capacity on round 1 and 2, and then on your 3rd round working to complete failure. And that is why in this video I'm not going to give rep range examples to these movements, just because I realize that everyone's going to be at a slightly different level. So just make sure you're pushing yourself to almost failure or failure in every single set that you do. I would also recommend doing 3 to 5 full body workouts per week, depending on your experience. You know, if you're an experienced gym goer, you can be doing these pretty much every day. If you've not been going to the gym and you're wanting to get started, just start off doing 1 or 2. But for the majority of you watching this video who are interested or who are going to the gym, or for my clients, I have set between 3 and 5 depending on experience. I'd also recommend 1 to 2 exercises per body part and 3 to 4 sets per exercise, and try to get a good mixture of legs, push, pull and an isolation movement, stuff like working on your biceps, triceps and calves. Okay, the first exercise I'm going to show you is the split squat. This is a great way of stimulating your glutes, hamstrings and quads. It's an exercise I use with all my clients. I use it quite a lot in my own programming. If you do have the use of a resistance band, you can wrap a resistance band around your hands, jam it under your foot and just go for it. This makes it a ton harder. If you don't have a resistance band, you can do this by just raising your back foot up on a chair or a settee like I have done here. This actually is called a Bulgarian split squat, but it's a very similar movement. You just get in a bigger range of movement, so it does make the exercise harder. You can actually do the Bulgarian split squat with a resistance band as well. That is really difficult, but great fun. Okay, the second exercise I'm going to show you is a press up. Such an underrated exercise, can be done absolutely anywhere. It's pretty much the same as doing a bench press, hands in the same position as your bench press, you're pushing away from your body. There's so many variations that you can do with this. You can do more like a tricep push-up, or a diamond push-up by pulling your hands into the middle. This is going to work your triceps a little bit more. You can raise your feet onto a settee. This is going to work your shoulders and your upper part of your chest a little bit more. This is almost like doing an incline chest press. And you can do any of these movements that I've just shown you with a resistance band. This will make it twice as hard. Again, resistance bands are great. I know you can still pick up resistance bands online. You can still get them delivered. I would highly recommend getting yourself a resistance band. Third exercise, banded row. Now, I've had a little bit of trouble trying to think of creative ways to give my clients pulling movements that have got zero equipment. Luckily, 90% of my clients have got some form of equipment, but there's a few that have been caught out and we haven't been able to get them equipment yet. But there's a few creative ways, or in fact, no, one creative way that I found how to do a pulling movement. So you can use a table or desk, but if you've got a resistance band, banded rows are a great exercise to get some activation for your lats and back. If you're someone that's sort of sat down at a desk all day and you've got over-rotating shoulders, pulling movements are a great way of bringing your chest out and pulling your back and lats together, bringing those rhomboids in. It gives you a really nice look to your chest, but also it's great for your posture. If you ever suffer from neck pain, this is a great exercise to do. Okay, my fourth exercise is a bicep curl, a banded bicep curl. This is a great exercise, and I would actually say that a banded bicep curl is harder to perform than a weighted bicep curl, only because at the top of the movement, the band is wanting to pull your arms down, so the top part of the movement is the hardest part of the movement in the banded bicep curl. So it's pulling your hands down, and there's a variety of ways that you can do this. You can do a regular one, you can also do a hammer curl grip one, and you can also do some like negatives, so holding it slowly, 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 bringing it down to the floor. That's a really good way of getting real activation through your biceps. Now, if you haven't got any equipment, my client Joe posted a video in our client group of him doing some bicep curls with 2 kegs of beer, which was really good fun, and it was great to share in the group. So if you've not got bands, go and grab yourself a couple of kegs of beer, finish the beer, and get bicep curling. You know, this is what fitness is all about. We're taking it back to the start. Before expensive gyms with fancy equipment, you know, there's no better time to get yourself in shape, feeling active and healthy while we're in isolation. You know, there's a lot of you watching this that have got a lot more time on your hands, so there's no better time to either get started or carry on making progress. This period in time will come to an end at some point, and we don't want to be burying our head in the sands right now. We can still work on getting fitter and healthier, but most importantly, by just doing a little bit of exercise, even if it's 20 minutes a day, you will feel better after it. You'll be more productive and you'll feel so much better. I can't recommend it enough. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I will reply to your questions. I am here to help you. If you've got any questions, you can also add me on Facebook, Simon Booth, or you can add me on Instagram, coach_Simon. And that's all from me. Stay strong, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. I don't know why I just bowed. Why did I just bow? I'll see you in the next video.